You recommend prenups. Tell me why.
Well, we have a 43% chance of the marriage not working out. And that's in a first marriage situation. Many of us are going to be in second marriages. That's because a lot of us are divorced, and those of us who go the distance with our first spouse, there's going to be a surviving spouse who may well get remarried. The divorce statistics in second and subsequent marriages is more than 60%. So, it just boggles my mind that 95% of homeowners have fire insurance and only 1% of homeowners are going to lose their home to a fire. Yet 50% of us are going to get divorced and only 5% of us have prenuptial agreements. So I think of a prenup as ensuring the security of both parties. I think it's a big myth when people say that a prenup is only for the wealthy spouse. That is absolutely not true. If we were to get married and you have all of the assets and I have nothing, and the prenup says that's how it's going to remain after the divorce, that prenup could be knocked out with a feather because it's so one-sided. A prenup has to give something to both parties. So I try to educate folks about a prenup being more important to the party with fewer assets. And this is typically the woman. If I contemplate taking a pause in my career or making a move for the sake of the marriage and it doesn't work out, and I am then in a financially precarious position, really because of the marriage, that prenup should ensure that I have X amount of money to get myself together, to get vocational training, and to be on firmer ground. Without a prenup, both parties, when we have an argument, when we have an inevitable fight, I don't want to have to worry about being homeless, right, during a garden variety argument. I want to know that I have a baseline level of security come heck or high water, no matter what happens with this marriage, that we're both going to be okay financially. And I would imagine that the spouse who has more of the assets similarly is going to be a little bit more secure and more pleasant to be around on a daily basis if they don't fear being financially devastated. Now, a prenup comes up a lot at this table in my conference room because when I am working with high net worth clients, I tell them that they need to talk to their adult children about doing prenups, because if you've ever heard that an inheritance is off limits in the event of a divorce, and I don't know if you've heard that, and that is technically true, and I tell people if you're on a game show, that's the correct answer. But in real life, most states in the United States follow what's called equitable distribution, meaning the judge can do whatever he or she feels like to ensure equity. And that could be giving your parents' business to the jilted lover in this divorce. So I tell my clients at a bare minimum, within the will, within the trust, you want to think about requiring your kids to get a prenup as it relates to the assets you're going to leave them. For example, this would be my trust talking. Upon the death of the grantor, I leave everything to Mary, Susie, and Johnny on the condition that they take legal steps to keep assets inherited from me separate and apart from assets that they may choose to commingle with a spouse or partner. This way, they don't have to be brave. They can blame it on poor old dead mom, and that gives them the cover to create the legal structures to protect themselves.